I just discovered an entire wardrobe that I didn't know I had for my feet. I swear, if I find another bag of samples laying somewhere, I'm gonna scream. What's that over there? Crap. We're back again. Okay, I know you're probably thinking, Katie, didn't we just do this like 3.5 months ago? And we did, in fact. I completely went through my stash 3.5 months ago, back in April. I sat with it for a little bit, and ever since I did that video, I immediately found more and more yarn, projects, project bags, and stuff all over my house. So it was accumulating, and I didn't have any place to put it. Crazy, I know. So I lived with it for a little bit, and then I just had this feeling of like my stash closing in on me. I almost felt like I was being suffocated mentally, creatively. I didn't have the space or the reason to purchase more yarn, to cast on a new project. It was too much. I made the decision. I am going to do a major, I cannot believe I'm going to say this, a major downsize to my stash, to my project bags, to my books, to my samples, to everything. When I did that first stash video, I did pull a number of skeins out that no longer brought me joy, I could not see myself using, and were perfectly viable to either be donated or destashed. And guess where they're sitting? Right behind this camera on the same tote that I put them on when I did that video 3.5 months ago. I have always had a big stash. For the last over 15 years that I've been knitting, I acquired yarn quite quickly, and it was very comforting to me when I needed it. When John was in the Navy and he would be deployed or go out to sea, or we would move, I didn't have much in terms of support system. So my stash was like my support system. It was like a warm, woolly hug that I needed. And I don't necessarily need that anymore now that he's out of the military. I find myself in a much different place mentally, and today's Katie is not the same Katie it was 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So I feel like I am in the place where I can make good decisions, and I know what makes me happy now. I know what I need now. And today's Katie, I need some of this to go away. I need to free my mind. It just feels like there are walls up everywhere. You have this, you have that, and I maybe don't need that right now. I'm gonna go through it all. The samples, the bags, the notions, all the yarn. I know I purged projects before. I'm gonna go through everything again. I'm gonna make sure everything's good. Yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one. The last one brought me anxiety. I wanted to do it. I wanted to reorganize. I wanted to make it pretty. And I did to a point, but now I need to do it further. I need to take it one step further. So major downsize, major destash, major reorg coming your way. So I have my fuel here. I have my tea in my cedarwood ceramics mug that John got me for Christmas last year. And I am going to get started. So first things first, samples. As a knitwear designer, I have a lot of samples. Every single thing that I knit for any pattern that I release or design is my own. I do it. I don't pay anybody to do it. This is mine. So I accumulate a lot. And I keep seeing designers do sample sales from time to time. And it always gave me so much anxiety because I put so much time and effort and money and love into these pieces. And I'm torn because for me, they literally sit in a basket or a storage bag and they don't get love. There's very few pieces that I wear. They would be much better served getting love from someone else. So I finally got the courage to do a sample sale last year. I have to say, it warms my heart because probably about 90% of the samples that I sold or put in new homes, let's say, the new owners or the people that gifted to someone else had reached back out to me and checked back in and were like, this person loved it so much and they are just, in awe of the creativity and the quality and the care that was put into creating it. And they recognize what a handmade piece is. So that made me feel so much better about having a sample sale and destashing my samples. I'm going to objectively go through these because I need to. I am going to make a pile of ones that I personally wear, ones that will never just go anywhere that I just need to keep because they're either a super popular pattern of mine or they're really special in some way. And then ones that either I absolutely know I'm going to part with in a sample sale or that are maybes. Anything that's a maybe, I'm going to sit on and reevaluate in like a week or two or whatever before I actually put them up. My goal is to get all my samples into one tote bag. They used to live in several tote bags, and those were cheap and they're all ripped and stained and they're just So I invested in a nice bag that will fit the dimensions of the bottom of our closet, and I used to display some of my samples in a basket on a shelf or a ledge over there, but the basket doesn't fit the ledge, so it would always annoy me, and so I need to come up with a better solution, and baskets are on the top of my list to look for at Rhinebeck. That's another thing. Part of this whole idea is I need to make room for what I'm about to buy at Rhinebeck. I have a considerable spending account and pot of money already put aside, and it's ridiculous for me to think I can go to Rhinebeck and spend that kind of cash on new acquisitions that I have zero place for. So anyway, that aside. So this is going to become a new toy basket for the dogs because right now their toys live in a laundry basket. And that's not good looking. This is much better look. Step number 1 are going through my samples. I don't even know where to begin. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is my Picture It shawl that I did as a collaboration with the lovely ladies of the Golden Pearls. And this is by far my most worn piece. I wear this all the time. If I need to grab something, just a shawl to put on, 9 times out of 10, it's this one. So this needs to go in the pile that I wear frequently. Where are those? And this is my Moss and Order sample that it's not even released yet. So this was a collaboration with Red Door Fibers. This needs to go on my mannequin. I typically keep pieces on my mannequin that are new releases, or if there's a span of time where I have not released a pattern, I will swap them out. But this needs to be on display because it's coming out in a few weeks. So let's go do that. Cha-cha! Much better. So, now, oh my god, I have this one, I have another one. So I have 3 samples from my secret ingredient mystery knit-along from this year. I'm not going to part with any of my mystery knit-alongs because I think they're all extremely special in their own right. So these are going to go in my absolute have to keep pile. And I do like to fold up to a point my shawls. And then I like to roll them up. They will all be different sizes though, depending on the shape of the shawl. So there's that one, that one. This was my selfish knit. All pulled from Stash. So pretty. I do want to get better at wearing my hints. This fall, I'm sort of changing my wardrobe a bit and my style. And I kind of want to get away from, graphic hoodies. I feel like I'm out of my graphic hoodie area and I am getting into my, buying plain things that I can wear my hand knits with much easier. Oh my goodness. So this is my Never Ending Story cowl samples. And I have 3 of these. And I have to ask Elizabeth if she wants this one because it does go in your hair really cute. And I can see maybe her or Sophia wearing that. So I'm going to see if they want that before I destash it. Then I'm left with with these two. And I kind of only want to keep one. So I'm going to put them both in the maybe pile and see what color scheme is most dominant in my keep pile. And then I'll decide from there. This is my never-ending story shawl in the Wicked mini set and coordinating solid from Sunshine Yarns. And I can't part with this. It's far too pretty. And it's really epic. Needs another block though. Looking at some of these and they really seriously need another block. I have one sock. Oh, these were my test knit for the Star Island socks from Lauren of Granite State Yarns. Super interesting to be a test knitter. It was a really awesome opportunity. And I messed up the toe on this sock and I did it correctly on this one. So I placed a stitch marker on this one where I need to rip it back and I never fixed those yet. So those need to be placed separately and I actually want to get this done because I actually want to wear these. So then I have my spiked punch shawl and cowl, and this, so you've seen this yarn so much. It's Rainbow Road from Lauren of Granite State Yarns. This is just two because this one I can absolutely see throwing on with a t-shirt and like anything random, and that being a piece that I could absolutely wear. So you're staying. And I absolutely love how this guy needs a block too. These are so wrinkly because if they don't get put nicely away in the basket, they just get thrown in a bag. And I feel like I'm disrespecting my knits. So this is another reason why I want to do this. So this guy is an absolute keep. Love how my dirty tassel came out on this one. Love the tonal background of the colors. Super pretty, love it. And you see how super wrinkly it is because I haven't been a very good girl taking care of her hand knits. This one is definitely staying in the keep pile. Now this is my Miracle Pill cowls. These alongside my Picture It shawl are by far my most worn. I will grab them all the time. The mohair to me is just, oh, I love it. It's so easy to wear and I love them. So they are not going anywhere. And I will probably make more. I actually kind of want to make more. That is not the purpose of this video, Katie. That is not the purpose by creating a bigger workout for yourself. Okay, this is my Playing Favorites shawl that I made this year. Yeah, this guy definitely is staying. I love the colors and it's definitely not something I have in my current sample to wear to keep pile. Okay, let's go with this one. This is my Chivalry shawl and it features this fantastic cable pattern, which surprisingly is super easy. This is my sample from my Tidy Bits wrap, and this is just a really fun one. I shouldn't have attempted to put this on. Yeah, I need to keep this one. I love a good wrap, and I used some of my most favorite leftovers, mostly in Miss Babs, for this. And I just love the selection of colors that it has. Definitely another one that needs a good block. These are my Richmond Street hats. I designed this. This is yarn from the Golden Pearls. They asked me to design a quick hat for a quick hat kit to sell at Vogue Knitting Live this year. So I had come up with this fun stitch pattern and just a super fun brim. Love it, love it. It's super fun. Stick a pom-pom on it or not. These are just great. I want to punch a color, I can go with the green. And if I want something more classic, I can go with the purple. Yeah, those definitely need to stay. Don't have a lot of hand knit hats. I have a bulky weight headband. And forgive me, I cannot, Icy Morning, I think it is. Oh God. I think the pattern name was AC Morning. I'll pop it up. But it's a bulky weight headband and I wear the ever-living crap out of it. That's all I have of my own. Don't wear anything else. So I definitely need to keep those. All right, what else is a sample here? This is the sample from last year's Mystery Knit Along Missing in Action. And I actually have worn this several times and I'm not parting with any of my Mystery Knit Along. I'm gonna go through the basket that was hanging off the ledge over there. This is my Branching Coral Infinity Cowl, and I actually have worn this several times. I actually really like to wear this. I double it, and I love it. I really need to design more infinity cowls that can be used as wraps if you want to make them longer. But I love this. It absolutely needs a good block, but he's staying. This is my neutral territory shawl. So this really brings the squish out. And oh my gosh, it's so soft. Like I could sleep with this. Like I seriously could just cuddle up and sleep with the damn thing. Yeah, he's moving on to things. I'm supposed to be purging. I am supposed to be coming up with things to put in a sample sale. I don't really have any yet. This is not going well. But then again, this is the basket that lives in my living room of things that I like to look at the most. So maybe that's why I haven't gotten anything in there yet. Okay, my Odena wrap. I absolutely adore these colors. This main color is called Warm Melted Butter. Like seriously, absolutely freaking serious. It has all the tones of like warm melted butter, like the frothy bits, like the little brown bits you get. Like, oh my gosh. Actually, I don't think anything in this basket's going anywhere. This is my Sandy Cove shawl. That ain't going anywhere. Splash and Bubbles. Heck no. This was a Yarnathon colorway that Hedgehog Fibers had dyed for Eat Sleep Knit. Don't even know how many years ago. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. My Love and Laughter sample from the Golden Pearls, of course, because it's the Golden Girls related. This is my Honesty wrap that I used Emma's yarn for, and super, super popular pattern of mine, not going anywhere. I'm not sure about this one. My Beautifully Broken shawl. I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. I do absolutely love it, but I'm going to put him in the maybe pile. This is my Hidden Secrets shawl. Although I love the colors, I think I'm going to put this in the maybe pile as well. This is my Bookkeeper shawl. Although I do love the colors again, he's a maybe. Let's see. This is my Never Ending Story in a Miss Babs Gradient maybe pile. Okay, so one basket down. This sleeping has the damn tag on it. This is now going to become the dog's toy basket because it doesn't even fit on the ledge that it was on. So Beasley, you have a new toy basket to rummage through. All right, so now I have these guys. I bought these cheap-ins off of Amazon and I needed a just quick and easy way to put my sample. They have these clear parts on them that just rips immediately. I don't like them. Bin number 1. Okay, this is my Rusty Gear shawl. I think I'm going to keep this one because I do love the textures in it and I love the yarns. And looking at my keep sample pile over there, I don't necessarily have anything in these colors. So I think he's gonna definitely be there. I have worn this a lot in the winter. I wore this a lot last winter. And I don't have a lot in that color, so it's gonna go over there. In the keep pile. This is exhausting. It's exhausting and it's freeing all in the same time. And I'm trying not to rush, but I do want to get through it. And I know that even once I do separate everything, there's going to be a huge process after that. So this is my Sandy Cove sweater. It's a sweater. I can't get rid of a sweater. It, along with everything else, needs another block. Be interesting to see if it fits me. May need an aggressive block. Okay, what is this? Oh, Shady Pines. I love this Madeline Tosh colorway, but I made this for Elizabeth. It's my Elizabeth Catherine girls size sweater, little cardigan. And although, you know, she is far outgrown this, considering she's bigger than me now. This I think will definitely have to go in her keepsake box. I loved the colors. This one is going to go in the keepsake. So let's go my guided path shawl. I love those colors. That. This is my birthday yarn. Oh my goodness. Every year Eat Sleep Knit does part of their yarnathon. They used to do badges. You order yarn on your birthday and you get like bonus yardage and stuff. And I had purchased this yarn. It was my birthday knit. That's gonna stay. I have a lot of socks in here. Why am I not wearing these? Gee, I don't know, because they're in a bag, tucked away somewhere. How have I not been wearing my socks? I spent all this time and all this energy and all this money into this yarn, and I don't even wear them. What's wrong with me? Oh my gosh. I have like an entire hand knit sock wardrobe, and I'm letting it literally sit in a bag. What the heck? Here's your friend. Oy vey. I wonder if it's in the other bag. Those fit weird. Why do I have one of a bunch of these now? Thanks. I go to put the sock on, and apparently past Katie, who made these socks like probably 10 years ago, guess what she didn't do? She didn't weave her ends in. Oh, how funny is that? I wonder if I wove my ends in on this one. Nope, never did. I had to have knit these 10 years ago. I never wove my freaking ends in. Oh my gosh. I remember the yarn for these too. This was one of my favorite sock patterns that I designed. And these were all leftovers from Biscotti and Sai from I believe it was a mini swap that I did. I had knit I remember when I knit these. Want to say it was in Washington. Oh my gosh. These are over 10 years ago. Well, I need to weave my ends in. So they're going to go with my Star Island socks that I need to fix the toe on. Now this kind of scares me. I got through bag one. I have 6 single socks that I know have the other side. I knit 2 socks. So I need to put these aside and see if I can find the other sock. And Elizabeth came down and I gave her the cowl that I showed you earlier, the Never Ending Story cowl, and she's going to keep it to wear in her hair. So that's one more thing gone as well. Oh, sweater. This is my Mended Fences sweater, and I've actually worn this a bunch. So that's staying. There's no way I can part with this guy. Need to reblock that. Where are those socks? I literally am missing 6 socks. How the hell did that happen? Where did they go? Oh, crap. They're not in here. Yeah, here's... Oh, wait! Oh, no. Thought I found one, but I didn't. I found another pair. I made these toe socks. Where's the other one? I made these. My first, like, expensive hand-dyed yarn purchase was a Vesper Wheesking kit. I made these, oh my gosh, right after I started knitting at least 15 years ago. Oh my gosh, this was pre-Katie having babies. I don't even know if I should attempt to put these on or not. We're gonna do it anyway. Oh my gosh, I actually made little toes. Everybody get in your respective area. Oh my gosh. Wow, these don't fit. Post-baby Katie has definitely... Yeah, there is no way they get up my calf at all. And the big toe fit. Good on me for trying something. I didn't make the toes long enough. And yeah, but they were my very first hand-dyed yarn purchase. So I can't get rid of them for posterity's sake. Like, they need to go in like a little scrapbook or like, yeah. So I'm gonna definitely keep those for that reason only. I can't wear them. Let's try these on. These are nice. I remember these. Oh my goodness. These are, I'm gonna look up the pattern name, but they're super beautiful. The yarn was actually a gift from the lovely ladies at Miss Babs. Part of my sanity when John would go out to sea when we lived in Washington was I organized mini swaps. And I was the crazy person that like 20 to 40 people would send full skeins of yarn to, and I would chop them up into 5 or 10 gram minis, label them, and then send them out to their respective people. And we had done a Miss Babs swap, and I'll never forget this. I told them there were 40 participants. It was a double. So I'm like, I need 20 different colors, 2 skeins of each. Pick me out a random bunch. And they were like, okay. And they had included a skein for me as a gift of Shining City. And I will never forget that. And I made these beautiful pair of socks from my absolute favorite sock designer of all time, Alice Yu. She has a wonderful book, Socktopus. I've made every pair in here at least twice. These were a pattern from Alice Yu, my very favorite sock designer, and the yarn was a gift from Miss Babs, so they do need a block though. I've never had to really block socks, but these are super cable heavy. Actually, I don't even think these are cables. I think these are twisted stitches. Ooh, more socks. It's like a try-on party. I just discovered an entire wardrobe that I didn't know I had for my feet. Really? More ends? And where's the other one? What the heck? I know I knit 2 of these. Oh my god, this is bad. I literally am missing now 7 socks. Past Katie, I definitely don't like how I did my toes. See how pointy that toe is? I don't like how past Katie did her toes, but I love her socks. Aside from missing 7 damn socks, which I know I knit, and I'm almost pretty sure I had last time I did when I went through all my samples. I didn't go through my samples when I did my stash reorganization back in April, but I know I had socks when I went through my samples before I posted a sample sale. That was like last August, I think, or September. I had them. Where did they go? I guess I should keep the socks because I know I have the second sock. I just don't know where it is at the moment. Okay, and I said I put these 2 cowls aside and I wanted to see which one was better. I definitely have more in this color, so I think I'm gonna keep this one. All right, so I have 1 bin of samples that I'm going to put up for a sample sale. So step 1 almost complete. Now, even though everything that I'm keeping, all my samples that I'm keeping, need a block, I'm going to fold and roll them up and put them in my new storage bin to contain them. And definitely don't cheap out. The bins I got initially were like, I don't even know, 3 for like 10 or something. They were cheap. And I learned my lesson. They had clear fronts. So I thought, oh, that'll be good. I can see what's in them. Yeah, that just means it rips easier. So I invested in one nicer bag. All right, I got a problem here. I wanted to limit the samples that I kept to 1 bag. It doesn't close, so I'm gonna have to weed it down just a little bit more. See if I can close. Wish me luck. Oh, I'm so amazing. Imagine that. Katie actually using her hand knits. Okay, so I still do have the holy crap, where the heck are all of these? They're pairs, they're mates. Like, leave those off to the side because this is stupid. I know I knit them. Okay. I am like mentally exhausted already. Been at this for, oh my goodness, hour and a half at least. I swear, if I find another bag of samples laying somewhere, I'm gonna scream. What's that over there? Crap. These fell out of the bag. So you can see my floor. It's getting better. Kinda. I don't know what the next responsible thing to do would be. Yeah, I don't know. Problem was, after I did my stash reorganization last time, I was then left with essentially all of that. It did not have a home there. That gave me anxiety and that gave me pause and that frustrated me. Goodness gracious. I think I just need to dive into it. Tiny handful of randomness. Inside pencil case that is holding double pointed needles currently, which John and the girls got me a beautiful double pointed and circular interchangeable needle case. So I need to put those in there. Okay, all the double pointeds and other needle random tips are put back in, and this is now trash. So I don't have everything in 50 places. I'm only having it in one. Boop. I guess I'm gonna go through my notions bins. I have several of these bird legs bags. She no longer sews. She hasn't sewed in years. And they're amazing little bags. I'm definitely not getting rid of them. I don't know what's inside of them. Oh, look, more double pointed needles. Pom-pom makers. Something I used once and never used again. Maybe I'll see if the girls want them because I'm not going to use them. Random bits of yarn. These would probably be enough to make squares for my sock blankie. Why do I have random bits of yarn in here? What the hell is all this? I wonder if these little samples of soak ever go bad. I have no idea how long I've had this for, but it's good. It's not punctured, so. I think I got all of the stitch markers. One thing. Very handy crochet hook. All right. Oh my God, I forgot to put this in there. You go with your friends. Right there. Random pins and buttons from past Eat Slip Knit Yarnathons. Definitely don't want to get rid of those. I have another button on here, or pin, not button. That's a pin. This is a button. There's more. Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll just put them all in here. What the heck? These are cable needles. Those are massive. These are, oh, those are like wrong. They feel intimidating. They feel not right. Yeah, definitely a strange purchase. Yep. Nope. Past Katie, bought some weird shit. Yeah. Over the years. And what does Katie find? More things that need to go in the double pointed container. Is there anything else I need to put in here? I was a narwhal one year for the Eat Sleep Knit Yarnathon. Isn't he cute? Need to find something to put all those pins on. I'm gonna put them all for now. This bag. I can't be the only one that does this. You find random stitch markers and you just compile them on your zippers of your bags. And this is really handy. Apparently I got this for being a 10K member from Eat Sleep Knit at some point. Why am I not using it? Little gauge ruler. Super handy dandy, and I'm not using it. Shame on you, Katie. Shame, shame, shame. Random Post-it. More pins. Eat. I think I must own 1,000 at least stitch markers. Cute little bag. Didn't even know I had it. Ever. Oh my goodness, it's a gauge swatch. These are like highly coveted in Katie's knitting world because Katie does not knit gauge swatches very often. Like, at all. Oh my goodness. Now these I do use. These are shawl cuffs. John had gotten me 3 of these. The other one must be in there too. From somewhere off Etsy. If I can find the link, I will label them. I got this one. Somebody repurposed belts. Super fun. These I can actually see myself using, so they will stay. Why is there a sewing kit? Why? Why do I have so many beads? Okay, things that don't belong. They're gonna go there. There's more. Why? I haven't beaded in at least 10 years. This was a cute little Vera Bradley purse that I picked up that I thought, oh, that'll make a great knitting tote bag. The heck? How do I get in this part? This was apparently a sock I was designing probably at least 10 years ago. Here is a quick Katie pro tip. All of these that are vinyl and flexible, check them against a stiff metal engraved ruler. You may be surprised, 1 inch may not equal 1 inch. Yet another pom-pom maker. I now have a set of 4. Euclidean samples from probably 10, 15 years ago. I'm gonna put those, where's the soak sample? I really hope you can't hear my stomach, I'm starving. It's lunchtime. A Nerf dart, why? Because every good knitter needs a Nerf dart in their knitting bags. Pro tip. And we have more pins. Oh my gosh, this one was for getting 31,000 yards in the Eat Sleep Knit Yarn-a-thon from I have no idea when. But at some point that year I bought 31,000 yards of yarn. Imagine that. Can't see Katie doing that. More beads. More freaking beads. And a lot of stitch markers. Oh my god, there's a lot in here. Darning needles. There's all kinds of good stuff in here. Oh my god, here's a whole tin of stitch markers. I take back my prior estimate of 1,000 and I'm going to say 2,000 stitch markers. This entire bag is full of random bags and pins of stitch markers. Katie, what are you doing? It's a tiny, adorable little notebook. I wonder what's in here. Apparently I was writing a pattern of some kind. Oh, Eat Sleep Knit changed to patches at some point, so now I'm finding patches. Oh my goodness. I want to be able to just know what I have. I think we have reached the bottom of this one bag. The crazy thing is yes, this is a good bag. I don't want it for my projects anymore, but it's a good bag. So I definitely think rather than destashing some of this stuff, I am going to look into where I could donate it, because I think especially if I can make up some bags with some needles and some yarn and notions and whatnot, that would be a great donation somewhere. So I'm definitely gonna put that in. I just knocked you. Or no, I didn't. I just knocked my little screen. Oh my gosh. I'm definitely gonna put that aside for now, because I know this is not everything. I'm going to put all the notions that I have acquired and the pens and all that random jazz and the buttons in this bag, minus the Nerf dart. And then I'm going to go through all that once I've located them all. Believe it or not, I am starting to gain some order to the madness. This is a good thing. I have to keep reminding myself that you have to make a mess before you can clean the mess. I said I was going to frog this project. It was a beautiful Boonets lace wrap, and I never did. Why didn't I do that? Definitely a froggy pile. Well, this is a dip. Why the hell do I have these in here? That's a dip minus this Knitter's Pride Zing, which should not be in there. So he's got a stash. I guess we're going into the stash now. I need to put this somewhere. I need to do something. This has to go upstairs. Put him right there for now. This is a really long lost step. This was going to be a heavier weight version of my Hidden Secrets shawl in fall colors because it's heavier. I have no idea where I am. I have no clue. I know this is Hue Loco yarn. I do remember that much. My notes are so bad for this. There's no way I could figure out even where I am to continue on with the pattern. So I think for absolute sure, this needs to be frogged. For everyone's sanity, I have no idea where I am. I have the ball bands for the yarn. I have pens and scissors and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, he needs to be frogged. Well, I get some cutesy little needle toppers back. Yeah, we're just going to do this right now because if I don't do this, it is not going to happen. So... and an absolutely adorable little buffalo. And another needle. Frog time. Okay, I'm gonna finish frogging that later. It's taking far too long. But I did recover a beautiful project bag and some needles and some toppers and some stuff, so that was good. Next, technically dip. My dips are my designs in progress, not whips. Whips I consider to be, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, dips I consider to be my designs in progress. And whips are previously published patterns that I am just knitting. I knew I had a little knitting snail from Kelsey, and I didn't know where he went. He's in here. So this was supposed to be a wrap, and I had some Emma's yarn for it, and I started it, and I know I was really excited about it, and it seems like I took decent notes. I have all the yarn in skeins and cakes. I think it is pretty so far. I'm gonna have to sit on this one. I can't frog this one or make a decision on this one right now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to sit on him. This is a bag of extras. This was my leftovers from my Wicked Never Ending Story shawl. These are my extras from my Mystery Knit Along from this year. And my Branching Coral cowl. And my Gutter Flower cowl, or my wrap, my Mystery Knit Along from the year prior. You guys want to see how pathetic my gauge swatches are? Not really gauge, even like just try out stitch patterns and like how I'm going to organize my colors. You want to see the tiniest gauge swatch ever known to man? Look, size of my hand, size of the gauge swatch. It's like the size of my thumb. This was the this was the stitch swatch for my Spiked Punch shawl. It's so tiny. Don't know what I'm gonna do with you, but you're cute. There's mohair, a lot of mohair remnants in here. Okay, we're gonna have to deal with you at a later time. What are you? Oh, you, I know what you are. Ugh. Okay. Oh my goodness, I forgot I bought this. Oh my gosh. This has my little Sheltie needle toppers in it. My dumbassery sticker! I found it! I was looking for this. This came with the Lemonade Shop, did a Revolt colorway, which, ironically, is sitting right here. This is Revolt. And she had stickers made to go with them. Revolt against the dumbassery. In response to our political situation. I lost this. I'm so happy. That's going on my computer. Okay, I need to put this somewhere where I know where it is. And I didn't even know I forgot. Ah. I have zero business going to Rhinebeck this year and spending the same dip as this. So that's all going to go in one bag. That's an active dip for whenever I get around to it. Those are my Infatuation shawl samples. I cannot speak. I've told you all before in previous videos that I hate cakes. I hate pre-caking my yarn. Hate the cake. Somehow, I have so many of them. I have cakes in all sizes too. I have big ass Yowza cakes. I have little Yowza mini cakes. I have cakes of all sizes. I'm not discriminatory. Okay, these are were, what do you do with it? This was, this is so sad. Oh my gosh, I have it here. This was the beginning of Herding Cat socks. They're going to be rainbow, and I was mirroring the cats, but my color work was just so bad. Like, so bad. Like, look at how terrible that is. It's awful. The floats are awful. Do you want, it just happens to be here. I figured I would bring my current project down in case I needed a brain break and just decided to knit down here. These are my floats today. I joined a skein over here. These are my floats today. Look how uniform and beautiful they are from just some two color work. And this is what they were. Awfulness. Look at this. It's so like tight and puckery. Oh my goodness. I've come so far. I do want to make these socks. Guess we're just going to keep you in a bag still. Okay. I guess I'm doing whips now. I believe these are called Sonic Texture. I'll correct myself if I am wrong. I was making these with the leftovers from my Sandy Cove shawl. These are beautiful. I love them. Little Kelsey stitch marker as always. I even took these off the needles because I needed the needles for something else. I really want to finish those. Really want to work on those. This is my gnome. I'm actually making a gnome for myself. I think I started this. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I made a Ravelry project page for this. And I need to get better at that too. But I started myself a gnome. This is his hat. I'm starting something else. Not sure. What? I need to finish a gnome for myself. Don't remember what this is. Don't know if the camera's capturing it. But it's sparkly. So pretty. No clue. Oh my gosh. What's in this one? This kills me. Like, this was a fingering sample of my Shady Pines shawl. And I am into the second skein. Absolutely beautiful yarn. I have zero desire to finish this. Zero. I am more than a skein into this. I have no idea where I am. No clue. There's nothing in here. No row counter, no pattern. I mean, I know what pattern is. It's my own. This yarn is beautiful. I know it's Madeline Tosh. Last time I know I said I was going to finish this because I'm over a skein into it, but guess what's happening? I'm frogging it. I don't know where I am, and I'm sure I could figure it out, but this yarn is too pretty, and I can literally see a million other things that I could be doing with it. So there's my stitch marker, and I'm going to frog this one too. Okay, I'm going to frog later. Here we go again. I wanted to make a pair of socks to match my Honesty shawl, and that never happened. I am not in love with this color anymore. I think this is going to go into Destash. I have the ball band inside. It's just wound. It's never been knit with. So I think that's going to go in Destash/donate. And then the leftovers for my Honesty shawl can go in my fingering remnants bin because they're good leftovers. And they could easily make some squares on my mitered sock square of Doom Blankie. And wouldn't you know, Slip Stitch Studios did a sweary bag collection. And I got this bag. I'll censor it for everybody. I am an effing ray of sunshine. This one came from it too. I don't know if you can read this one. This one says, bitch please, I'm a unicorn. Anyway, okay, another project bag reclaimed. Where'd I put the other one? And these are good project bags. Project bags I want to clean. Or I want to use, keep. That's something else I'm going to go through is my project bags. Oh my God. This is an entire bag of cakes. This is leftover from a project. So is this. Okay, I'm going to put all the cakes in one bag. These are all caked up for a future dip, which I'm not going to get to this year at all, which makes me sad because I really can't wait to cast this one on. And these are for a future dip as well. Dips. I'm tired. It's lunchtime. I should probably go do something about it. Feeling burnt out at this point. I still have not found the socks that are missing from my single sock collection. So I think at this point I need to take a brain break and walk away and go get some lunch and refuel myself and then come back with a hopefully clearer head. I will check back with you lovely people after lunch and hopefully get some more done. I am fed. I am watered. I was walked. I was a good girl. During lunch, I frogged the DK weight hidden secrets that I had started. Got those all wound back up. I also frogged the fingering version of Shady Pines that I decided I was not going to finish. I wound up sticking that on my ball winder, as you can see. And I got that done. Very, very happy that that is frogged because it is beautiful yarn. I don't know if I have this in my stash, but it's so pretty. I know it's Mad Tosh, Twist Light, don't know what color, super pretty, but now it's back in rotation. So, if you remember earlier, I had a bag of cakes, so all of those are gonna go in there. As you can see here, I have an entire little wardrobe of hand knit socks that I always had. They were just languishing in my sample bins, and now I can enjoy them. I already put those into a drawer all by their lonesome, so I remember that I actually have them. I put away my sample bin that I am keeping. They do need, majority of them do need a new block, but they're put away for now. So I am trying to keep everything clear, and I still have the Nerf dart. So I'm gonna go put Nerf dart on a ledge over there so the dogs don't eat it. My next order of business is books. Now, I did acquire a few new books recently. I think I already went through my books last time. I'm keeping them all. Now I'm trying to find out if I want to keep them where they are on my shelves. So I do, this is really awkward and I'm gonna have to raise my tripod again, but I have one bookshelf right here. I do like where the books are as far as where they're on the shelves. So for now, all the books are coming out and they're all gonna be put together on the floor. Let's chat about books for a second, because I'm here, they're all here. Why not? These are some of my favorite books that I have. This is Things I Learned from Knitting, Whether I Wanted to or Not, by Stephanie Pearl McPhee. It's a small book. It's tiny in size. It has wisdom in it. I purchased this a number of years ago, and it's just fun. If you're ever looking for a gift for a knitter, I would absolutely put this on the top of your list. So my next gift that would be fantastic for knitters, and some books that I absolutely love, are Patty Lyon's two books. She has Knitting Bag of Tricks and then the Knitting Bag of Tricks workbook. Now, I have not dove into the workbook yet, but I loved the Knitting Bags of Tricks so much that as soon as she came out with this, I had to pre-order it. I have my Frog and Toad Are Friends book from the Frog at Yarn's 8th anniversary box. It's not really a knitting book, but I got it from a knitting box, so it's gonna live on my knitting shelf. I don't have very many pattern collection books. One of the ones that I had to pre-order literally the second it was available for pre-order was the Gnomes of Nimblewood. This is by Sarah Shira, and she is the brain behind and designer behind Imagine Landscapes. The gnome lady, basically. It's not only an absolutely wonderful book as far as tips and tricks and, you know, patterns for gnomes, but it's beautiful. The photography in it is just gorgeous. It's something that you could absolutely want to look at on your bookshelf. So one of my few pattern collection books is there. I was gifted the Knitter's Curiosity Cabinet by Hunter Hammerson. Is fantastic at textural patterns. So another pattern collection book I have is Itty Bitty Toys by Susan B. Anderson. As a knitting mom, I felt like it was my rite of passage to knit my kids' toys. I realized very quickly on that I suck at making toys. My all-time favorite sock designer is Alice Yu. She has written Socktopus, and I absolutely love this book. Highly recommend this book to all sock knitters. I've knit every single pattern in here, some multiple times. Absolutely love that. The rest they're stitch dictionaries, basically. So those are my books. I know I don't have any others laying around the house. Sometimes I will find myself just coming down here and looking through them and then earmarking anything that catches my eye. Down. I would like to get more nice wooden sock blockers and potentially put hooks up on the sides of my shelves. It would be really helpful if you could see what the heck I'm doing right now. So I want to get more wooden sock blockers and put hooks up on the sides of my shelves to display them. Okay, to start to wrangle, these are current dips or my designs in progress, and then the next ones to go on my needle. So I'm going to move these to a different section away from stash. And all of these yarns also go into that category. These are either yarn supported yarns or my next designs that are going on my needles. I never like to put yarn supported yarns in my stash. Those are going to need their own shelf. And previously, the last time I did this, they didn't have a space anywhere except on a ledge over there. These are my Sarah Renee Clark color cubes. You may have seen them online. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use them, but I had to have them. They look really cool, and I think they're going to be excellent decor, if anything, on my shelves. So I'm going to put those down in my books for right now. I couldn't get rid of these. These are my little bobble swatches from my How to Knit Painless and Perfect Bobbles. I just always kept those on my shelf. So I'll put those down. If you know me at all, I have a Miss Babs yarn obsession. I just do. And every time you place an order, they will send you a little swatch. I have collected them. I think they're super cute. And also, if I ever want to use a base of theirs, I can just grab this and peruse through them. And I think they look really cute on a shelf, like all around and just like spewing out right there. So put those together. These were a little collection. These are knitting charms from my most recent kits that I purchased. That was from the Frogget Yarns 8th anniversary box. This umbrella, and then these eggs. Those were from the Holly Dye Works egg box and summer box. So I'm kind of keeping them together because I do want to use them when I do cast on those yarns. So I'm going to keep those separate. Bonus points if you know who this is. If you're stumped, it's Fifi from the Golden Girls. It is Stan's traffic cone monkey, shrunk down to the size of a keychain. I can't show you this, even though I really want to, but this t-shirt contains the cat mascot for next year's Mystery Knit Along. And my Target basket overfloweth. I had gotten one of these. I saw these on Instagram and they were just too damn cute. And they were actually like kids' toys. They came with like a plastic phone and like a fake Target bag and all kinds of stuff. I just wanted it for the basket. And this is what I put my Happy Mail in when I do my podcasts. He will definitely be displayed on his own shelf, but I need to take him down for now to go through everything. Stuff goes falling. This is a bin of cakes and randomness. These were some Hedgehog Fiber Skinny Singles that I got on an amazing deal on a Destash that I couldn't turn up, that I just have not used. I did in my last Destash reorg try to go about rescanning them, my cakes that is, and it was a nightmare. I'm not doing it. They're just gonna sit in the bag in cakes. I'm gonna have to make maybe an entire cake shelf. Yet again, more caked up yarn. I had caked up this beautiful Dream in Color Classy to start a sweater of some kind, and I even have these Classy minis to go with it that are in these fun colors. I thought those would look so fun together. And I obviously have not done anything with that yet. But it's all contained in here, so I'm gonna put all the cakes together because cakes annoy me, cakes bother me, I do not like them. So I'm gonna put all the cakes together and then I will go through all the cakes at once. We're into the major mess making stage. You have to make a mess before you can clean it up, and I'm about to make a big mess. Why do I have colored pencils with my yarn? Why? I do have two really fun adult coloring books. The Golden Girls, of course, and Trolls. Thought it was super fun with my colored pencils, but they do not belong here. So they need to go somewhere else. Another project bag. I have had these Moondrake yarns in here forever. And I have several swatches in here. That's so pretty. Look at that. Pretty swatch. They're such pretty yarns. I have another swatch too. Obviously, I was doing something with them at some point. Oh boy. And there's a needle in here and everything. I'm gonna put those with the caked yarns. I have a bunch of old notebooks. And before I got my Kindle Scribe, I used to use Vera Bradley's small notebooks. Loved them, loved the size. I would write my patterns in them. These are all full, and I also have more. I'm not sure if I'm going to save these or whatnot. I think I'm gonna have to go through them and see if there's any ideas that I have not covered yet that I sketched out. Then I think those serve me no purpose anymore because they were from years ago. So I think it's time to let them go. This is a heavier weight remnant bag, but again, they're all cakes. So I think I'm gonna put them with the cakes for right now. This is my sock blankie of doom and an advent. Want to see it? Might as well, we're here. So I started this thing, I think over 10 years ago. And I had jokingly told John, oh, it'll be done in like 6 months. Yeah, he laughed at me then. And I was nowhere near as crazy as I am now. So here we are over 10 years later and it is still not done. This is the dead center. Where am I? This is the dead center right here. And I had designed a little tiny micro squares. And then there are self-stripers around the outside. Then there's a diamond of one around that. Then I striped a diamond. Then I have randomly thrown in all different kinds. Like this thing is, I couldn't even tell you. Then I started a border of half squares along the whole thing. I was making it to fit a queen size bed. And my grand plans, I even have half the ends woven in. Believe it or not. I've gotten so busy over the years designing and doing collaboration work for others that I haven't had a lot of time to do selfish knitting. And I think this just fits into selfish knitting more than anything. Someday I would like to finish it. I really would. And it's over halfway done. So I think it's ridiculous why I shouldn't be able to. In the meantime, here's another start of a blanket. This is the barrel blanket, and past Katie does have a pattern. Yeah, look at that. And all the ends are woven in on what I did so far. And crazily, I like this tiny blanket better than the monstrosity of this. But there's no way in hell I'm ripping this out. It would just be a throwaway at this point. But I'm so far ahead. Someday, I will have the chance to just pull this out and work on it. Until then, it does have its very own home, at least. It's contained. And there is a needle in the bag. And here's a bag of balls and extras. And then this was the bag containing all of the yarn for the center designs and the diamonds going around and around, because I had designed them all to be one color and then one thing, and then there's an advent in that bag. Why is there an advent in here? Oh, some of these are really pretty. These would make some really fun socks. Again, I have to remind myself, Katie, you're not supposed to be making yourself more work. As I go through this, I'm gonna decide if I want to keep the yarn where it is or if I want to move it. And these two little shelves down here should probably move you. Now these two shelves are all Hue Loco. I've kept them segregated, and I think I'm going to continue to keep them segregated, but I'm going to give them a quick run through and I'm going to see if there's anything that I want to part with. I purchased these three from Simply Socks Yarn Company. Thought that they would make a fantastic shawl together. I still really like the tweed. The tweed is showing up much purplier in this on the camera. It's much more navy-ish in real life. Those are gonna stay. Crevacore sock set. Yeah, I did steal a mini for something, but I loved this blue. So pretty. Those aren't going anywhere. This is my coveted Wonder from the Rain or Shine Your Mind collection. Hey, fluffy. This is the one where I was stupid and I bought 1 DK. Why do you buy 1 DK? But then they put up the extras and I was able to snag another one. So I have two merino fingering, 2 mohair, and 2 DK. So no clue what plans I will ever make with these, but the color. Like, I just had to. And it was a collection, a limited edition collection, so I had to jump on it, right? I have a ton of single skeins. There's a bunch of them down here, too, from Hue Loco. So I need to go through these. This one's pretty. That one's pretty. This may be my first destash. I had a harebrained idea when I bought these. Don't remember when. It was earlier in the year. That in this winter, I would make a set that was white based with neon colors as accents. I don't know what version of myself thought that would be cool or thought that it would be cool. Okay, we're gonna backtrack, back. It would be cool. Can I see myself doing that? No. Do I have any desire to do that? No. I do, however. I did just have a brain fart and think, well, what if you took your snowshoe and you made Fair Isle with the solids? Now that I could do. See, initially when I sat down, like 5 minutes ago, I looked at those and I thought, gone, destash, first one out of this shelf. Then I thought about Fair Isle. I'm going to sit on that one. I'm not going to put him anywhere specific. I'm going to sit on that one. That's why I hate yarn in bags. I hate cake. I hate pre-caking my yarn and I hate yarn in bags. It goes everywhere. They had grab bags and I grabbed a bag of tweed. And I had used 1 skein in ash for my Prep Squad socks. And then I got these 2. And I do love tweed. Tweed can be so fun. So I definitely don't think those are going anywhere. Here's some more. I'm not entirely in love with this one. I think he's going to go in the destash bin, which I probably should have moved closer to myself. So this is a sock set. Although pretty, not my jam, going in the destash. This is one from the Rain or Shine Your Mind collection. I thought I bought this the same time I bought the snowshoe and the neon colors down here. I don't know if I was like excessively sleep deprived or I don't know where my head was when I bought these. Not a fan anymore. Super pretty. Very lovely. I have 2 mohair and 2 DK, but I definitely think those are gonna go in Destash because I can't see myself using them. This was a random Flora mini set that I got. These are all Hue Loco too. There is a bunch of grass in the bag. I don't know if you can see that. I must have taken these outside at some point. Really? Okay. But they're a bunch of great minis, so I could absolutely use those for heels, toes, accent colors. Minus the grass, of course. This was a fade that I had purchased, and it's all in merino sock, and I absolutely freaking love it. And I would love to make a cardigan out of it or a sweater. And maybe like hold them all double or something. I have loved this, still love it. Not going anywhere. Last year, they did a Take Flight collection with random birds inspiring. And this was the Hummingbird collection. I had grabbed 2 packages of minis and then 2 solids that I thought would go well with it. This is showing up a lot more purpley than it is in real life. It's deeper in real life, more navy-ish, but I thought those would look really cool together. And I do have a wrap idea sketched out. I obviously haven't gotten to it yet, but those aren't going anywhere. Maybe the bags, because they drive me insane. Oh, and when I bought the tweed grab bag, I bought a tweed mystery mini set. This one, the Roy G. Biv or Bust Classics. Obviously, those can't leave, right? And whenever they put up a new collection, they will always pair, like, just for random example, this one with a bunch of their solids that they currently dye. And I had taken a screenshot of a group of solids that they had put up. And I was like, at some point, I just need to buy all of these minis together because they're so freaking random and awesome and beautiful, and do something with them. This is said group of minis. Definitely not ones that you would normally put together. I didn't want to use the traditional like gray or neutral, like tan or white or black or anything like that. I chose a green to go with them because I thought, did I drop one? No. I thought that was good. Okay, now we're down to a bunch of randoms. This was a Summer Jam collection yarn from I don't even know how many years. Levitating. I used to be absolutely freaking obsessed with single ply. Like literally everything I bought was single ply. Every single thing. So that's where this comes in. I do love it, but I don't have that much single ply in my stash anymore. So I think he's gonna go away. And this one, I have these 4 were together. Although beautiful, I can't really see keeping them and using them. They did all go together for a set, so I'm gonna part with them. Here we go, single ply Katie again. I had gotten 2 sets from the Summer Jams collection, and this was one, and then the one I just showed you was one. I don't know what to do with these. Another problem is another problem with these is I don't have the labels anymore. They did come in a bag and I got rid of the bag. So that's going to be fun for destashing. I know what they are and I can look up my receipt, but I don't have the bag with the labels. So it may turn into a donation situation. This one is pretty though. I don't know. I think I'm going to sit on this set. This one I like. This one is super fun. That one is super fun. That one is super fun. So I narrowed myself down just a little bit there. I don't like keeping yarn in bags, but these are minis, so they're gonna stay in a bag. I think I'm gonna take these out of the bag. Well, I have never taken these out of the bag. Holy crap. There's a label on here though with what the fade was called. So I'm gonna put that into one of the skeins. There, no more bag. This mohair is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? This was the Baja One Pot Wonder. I got it in single ply. Oh my goodness. Now I have my singles. So before I did have 2 full shelves of Hue Loco, I maybe down to like 1.5. I don't know why there's grass all over these. It's so gross. I mean, it's dried grass. There's nothing wrong with it. That mini's so pretty. Oops. Not pretty. I know I've already taken several out of this set, so there's no point in keeping them together. Oh my goodness. Look at these 4 solids that are left. Those would be so pretty together. Those would be really cool. That's like really retro. Shiny object. I need to get back to work. I'm gonna leave those together on the shelf. So now I've come time to decide, what am I gonna do with these and this? My goodness, the Fair Isle idea has sat with me now for about 20 minutes. And I think I'm gonna put it in the destash pile, and it's gonna be a hot minute before I actually get that all listed anyway on my Ravelry, so I'll have a little bit of time to really decide. This one, the other one that I wanted to have a think on. My struggle with this is just like the other 4 skein set. It was from a set and it was in a bag. They didn't come with individual labels. I just can't see myself using these colors. So if it winds up to be that it doesn't sell because people are mad that there's no label, then I can donate it. I may just donate it anyway, because it is beautiful yarn, and if I can find a really cool organization, younger persons, or maybe a shelter of some kind, like I said before, maybe I'll make up kits with like some bag and notions and maybe some needles and yarn, and that would be really cool to like get somebody started. I'm gonna go through my destash again, and if there's anything I think I'm gonna pick out groups that I can do that with, because I would really like to do that. I think that would be cool. So this is gonna be my Lemonade Shop / Hue Loco. I have more Lemonade Shop yarn. Let me grab that. I think this is all my other Lemonade Shop yarn. Maybe. I can't remember. If I come across it, I'll put it in. But I got all this on worsted, and I thought it would be so fun together. Initially, I was thinking big ass chunky shawl, but that may make a really fun sweater. Just put it away, Katie. Don't even think about it anymore. This is all gonna have to come out one more time, because 90% of it is not on my Ravelry stash page. And I was a very good girl for many years keeping it up to date. And it's a beautiful tool. So at some point I am going to push myself to add it all to stash. So I have my Hue Loco shelves gone through, and I was able to put my Lemonade Shop with the Hue Loco. I do have a little bit of space down there. Here. Have a Moon Glow kit. Super pretty. I have another Crafty Girl 50/50 set. I had bought this to make stuffed toys for the kids. Never did. I'm not sure about this one. This one's gonna go in the maybe pile for now. This I know is Palmer Yarn Company. Was a mini kit, and then I got Peach Bellini to go with it. I can't remember if this came as the solid or not, but this is all together. This was a 3 Irish Girls Mother's Day bouquet set I got so many years ago. It's in single ply. Katie really doesn't do single ply anymore. But it was so pretty in like skein form that I kept it all these years. But I think it may be time to put it out to pasture and let it go live somewhere else. And this is the Rainbows and Sprinkles Golden Girls set. Bought it because it was Golden Girls, and it came with a little Golden Girls bag and little Golden Girls needle toppers, but I am absolutely not in love with the colors. I will never use them, so that is gonna destash. Those are the kind of things that I was holding on to that I just couldn't get rid of before. I needed the extra push to get rid of them now. This was a row 1 kit the month that the golden pearls were the dyers. Those definitely aren't going anywhere. A couple of rando Madeline Tosh unicorn tails. Those look cute just hanging off the basket. Do have this yarn at home mom advent, which I may stick in this basket. Much better, much better. So I put my Yarn at Home Mom Advent down here. I've got some random unicorn tails, a Moon Glow mini set, my Golden Pearls row 1 month, and my random miscellaneous Hue Logo minis. I think that looks so much better than before. I gotta figure out where to put it. I don't know if I want a bin down there. This Palmer Company set is gonna go with the cakes, which that pile is just too damn big. It's driving me insane. Before, my sock blankie of doom lived down there, but I feel like it took up too much space. I want to put books over here. My big question is, do I put all my books together on one shelf? Which would be so freaking helpful if you could even see this. Do I put all my books on one shelf or do I split them up? I kind of think I want to split them up. Stop it. Split them up. Oh, there's more books. Oh shit, there's more. Now I got them all. Put my color cubes next to those, and then that will leave room. I can put something here. This entire shelf is self-striping. I really don't want to part with any of it, but I would like to have my gobstopper balls be in a better location. Those are better up there, and then all my single skeins will go down here. I cannot tell you how much I'm fighting the urge to say screw this and go cast on a pair of self-striping socks. Like, look. Go Bills! Had to get this. The Two Sisters Yarn Company. Buffalo Bills colorway. Should really knit myself something in though. And this, I fought forever. Oh my goodness, Tiny Human Knits. Their scrappy quilt set. I had to settle on 2 50-gram skeins with minis. Totally not a problem. Kept forgetting that they were updating and kept missing out. How fun would this be? This is a Vesper. It was a scrappy wee skein kit from I think last Halloween. And they are random. Total random balls, mini skeins, like total randomness. This is not for me to do more. I'm gonna put it down. But it's really cool that I have that. So my self-striping full skeins in skein form are much better here. And then my gobstopper balls are up there with books that way. And that looks so much better. Oh my gosh. Because not only am I trying to organize and go through and destash and downsize, I'm also trying to make it look more pleasing. This is our living room. This is going to be the backdrop for my videos. This is going to be a place I want to come and be creative and not be drowned in. Now, what I did have by my books before are all my little Miss Babs swatches. So I'm going to put those together, shove them in to look cool. Or do I split them up between both? Little swatchy swatchies. Fifi got her spot. The Fiefs. What is going on now? Okay, I just dumped 2 shelves from up there down here, this small mountain. Now I have to put these in some sort of order. Probably should not have dumped them because I did have them in order. This was a kit. Oh, I really should not have dumped this. I should have taken them out orderly. You and you both have partners. Where are you? This one goes with this one, and then this one comes here. Oh no, this was all by himself. Where's that other one? Like this? What do I do with it? Oh my god, I should not have dumped this. Like legit, I should not have dumped it. We're making progress, people. Where'd the other one go? It literally just had it. I think I'm losing my mind. Where am I? Some fell on top of my cake bag. You go with there. You go there. You over there. Where's the rest of those? Oh, they're up there. You're good. You're good. All right. Destashes have been pulled. This needs to go in a new home. So I think I'm going to make a random home all right here for this. Used to be up there. I think it's going to go down here. That. Okay, so I combined my sock sets with my self-striping shelf because I feel like that works better. These didn't belong in that random pile because they belong with shelves up there. These three are also sock sets. I like that much better. I have from here down of this shelf completely redone, reorganized, and I like it so much better. I can see what I have. I'm happy with what I have. It is bringing me joy. I feel like I'm making progress. Oh my god, it's after 2:30 already. I think I filmed for like 4 hours today. Thank goodness for dummy batteries, or else my camera would have died like 4 times already. All right, where do I go now? Oh, do I go anywhere or do I quit for the day? No, we persevere. So I just lost the last hour of filming. Yeah, so I'm pissed. But we will digress. You missed me going through my project bags because I had an entire tote bag full of empty project bags. Who needs that? Not me. So I purged half of those. I'm just going through some more shelves. So honestly, in the end, you really didn't miss much, but I did take my sock sets and my self-striping full skeins and I put them all together on one small shelf because I thought they looked better there. So I'm trying to aesthetically kind of make things jive. Yeah. And now I have a mess on the floor down below me and I need to figure out where to put it. What do I want here? I need to decide what I want to be in that shelf right there. Getting so much better at pointing. I think this is going to be a random bright fun. Bags. I don't like the look in a bag. I know what these are. They're not going anywhere. They can just nestle. Oh, I'm running into a pickle now, and I have a basket. What am I gonna put in this basket? I think that basket's gonna go there. I think my Target basket is gonna go there. Trying to make my Target basket look cute. My empty project bags that I'm keeping back there. Just came out of the bag and went right in there. See if I can do that to the other half. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. So two full advents from Sunshine with coordinating mains for this one. Now what do I put in the rest of that basket? there. So I just put some Loom minis in and coordinating mains from them. Look at that. Look at that. Have you ever seen anything so pretty? There. Okay. Yes. So I had to stop yesterday. After my camera deleted like an hour and a half of video, I have no idea of YouTube. I had to stop. I was defeated because of that. I was really upset. I couldn't recreate what I did, so I'm like, it's over for the day. And it was probably just a good breaking point anyway for what I had left to do today. And looking at everything this morning, I am very happy with what is left, with what I did, what I have left to do today. I looked at my D-stash pile and John's like, what's that? He's like, you're getting rid of all of that? And I'm like, yeah, I totally am. And I am not really, I'm gonna definitely go through it one more time before I put it up. I'm happy with where things are going. I have some definite things that I may need to purchase some baskets for, to go on the shelves or to organize. Overall, I'm happy. There are some shelves that I definitely think that I'm gonna have to reorganize. Okay. Oh, now you're jealous. Gotta give the boys some love. Yeah. Before I do this, or they're just gonna be all in my face. I feel good. I feel freed. You know, definitely feel like there's a little bit of weight off my shoulders. Today's goal is to get finished. I really do want to finish it today, and I think I can. I still haven't found the single I still haven't found the single socks that are missing. So I'm gonna get right into it. Today's goal is to finish. First, I definitely think I need to move the stuff from one of these bottom shelves over here to a top shelf, because the cake situation is gonna be much better suited on a bottom shelf where you can't really see it as much, so it's not gonna bother me. And I have quite a few of, let's face it, I'm not getting rid of them. I have them. So I think that's my first order of business, is to see what would look good on that top shelf up there, and then I'm gonna go from there. Let's go move over to my stash. No growl. Can we take another moment to appreciate how pretty this mohair is? I don't think I ever really took the time to appreciate just how pretty some of the skeins I had in my stash were. This is going to allow me to have less and appreciate what I have more. I think it's step stool time. My best friend. I think that looks so much better than it was down there. Oh, you can barely see me. I will come up here. So I moved all my Hue logo together on one shelf. I think I'm much happier with it up there. And it frees up a shelf down on the bottom where I can put cakes and things that I necessarily don't want to look at all the time because it makes me frustrated, but it's down there and it has its own space. So now we're gonna go back down. Okay, so I moved this bottom shelf up to here. I'm not 100% liking my lemonade shop over here, so they may find a new home, or I just might flip this around somehow. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold on that. But I did free up down here so that I can put my cakes and my stuff I don't necessarily want to see all the time. I'm going to move on to this random shelf down here. say I wasn't gonna do this yesterday? Like twice? And I did it anyway. Alright, so. I think I'm happy with that. I have a teeny bit of space up here, so that's good. I think I'm gonna swap. These are my two dedicated Miss Babs shelves, and I think I'm going to swap them, one to be here and one to be up there. And I just stood up to go put a few skeins that I want to put in Destash, and I just like stumbled upon a whole bunch of full skeins down here that I thought this was all cakes. These are full skeins. So I guess that little bit of room left on this shelf is going to be for those. Oh gosh. I lost the label to this, and then I found it when I did my last Destash, and I don't know what I did with it. But this is spun right round in Care Bear Dare Stare. Yeah, that's a mouthful. I literally, when I got this in the mail, I was like, oh my god, that's freaking amazing. Yeah, I haven't used it yet. I just like to look at it from time to time. And I just Google upon it. So much for having extra space on that shelf. So I have a little bit there. I can put this there. So I'm going to stick this sweater quantity with my Lemonade Shop sweater quantity. That will help me out with my space problem on this shelf. And two sweater quantities like stacked look pretty cool. Oh, I got an idea. What if that's just my sweater shelf? I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make a sweater shelf. So now I have all my sweater quantities in one single solitary place. So those are all my sweaters. Stick him there for now. Okay, now I gotta tackle the Babs shelves. Okay, Babs yarn. Here's my toe bin. My pretty toes. And of course I have my Terramera 72, the set I used to make my Sandy Cove shawl. Those. Oh, look, another bin of cakes. Oh, how fun. Oh, look what's behind the bin of cakes. More cakes. I feel like I need to spend an entire day rescanning these things. I really honestly do. Unless I can find some bin situation to go in these bottom shelves nicely or find some way to do this nicer. But I found this guy. It's from White Birch Fiber Arts. I can't wait to spend a bunch of money on more gradients from her at Rhinebeck. I have a bunch of self-striping from her and stuff, but I only have this guy. And I know I showed this on my last stash reorg, but I'm gonna go grab it. I have this Mondo sparkly cake from her. Oh my gravy. In my beautiful sheepy bowl from We Are Knitters. Got that from Spain. Look at this sucker. Like seriously. This is 1,880 yards. 430 gram cake. Look at the sparkles. Oh my gosh. So this lives in the bowl on a shelf right next to our TV so that I can admire it and look at it all the time because, you know, I am never gonna use this. It's too pretty. I literally bought it to sit on a shelf. We're just gonna admire the sparkles. Okay, so I found cakes behind the cakes. Okay, these are toe cakes I seriously need to come up with a better solution for that. All the cakes, because they're driving me absolutely insane. Okay, the Babs stuff. I think I want to move my Rando skeins here and my Yummies up there. And I'm getting rid of 0 of this. I already know that. I'm just going to make it happen. Short girl solution there. So now I'm going to put my random Miss Babs shelf over here and I'll be able to see it better. So, and on this shelf too, the only other thing that's going to go on it is my Making Tracks Light collection, because I primarily purchased it. I started purchasing it from Miss Babs. This one in Beach Glass, I actually purchased from them directly, but it's all going to go on here. There. So, I do have my toe bin. Now, all that's left is my cakes, my dip yarns, and then my cakes. So all the rest of it is cakes. Oh, my Lanta. All right. I'm trying to figure out my hedgehog fiber situation here because I have all these cakes, and initially I purchased them shortly after I came out with my Honesty wrap pattern, and I was really into 3 skeins, sort of a fade, and in the middle there was like a variegated of sorts. So I was really into that. Bought all these and I caked them all up, and thankfully I kept them with their ball bands. This was my initial vision. I was taking one color and another color and then picking something in the middle that was slightly variegated. As you can see, I probably purchased those like, I don't even know, 5-6 years ago. I don't know. And I haven't done anything with them. So there they sit. No clue what this one is. No clue what this one is. This one I did wait to come in stock for a while. I can't remember the colorway name at the moment, but it is very pretty. So now I have to decide what to keep and what to purge. This one is one of my all-time favorites of theirs. This is called Serengeti. I've used it several times and I just really, really like it. So he's definitely staying without a doubt. But the rest of these, I'm not sure. Not too sure. These are really pretty. This one's actually really pretty. Keep it. That one is Seed. This is Stone. It's a really good stone. I feel like if I keep this one, oops. I feel like if I keep this one, then I need to keep this one to go with it. Stripes, maybe? Okay. Because I'm on the fence with him, he's just gonna stay. Before I start neatly organizing these cakes in this bin, I need to make sure that the bin, okay, the bin fits. Okay, bin fits so I can organize cakes. I can proceed. These are all remnants. This is a full cake of Miss Babs Yowza and Wand Flower. Who knows where the label is. It's around here somewhere. I loved this colorway, and I just obviously haven't made anything with it. But yeah, it's definitely gonna stay. This is an entire kit that I purchased from Astro Fiber Company, which she no longer dyes. Super sad about that. I wanted to make a second Sandy Cove out of these more tonal colorways, but that didn't happen, and I haven't broken the setup. I did take a mini out of this to make a swatch from my bauble tutorial. I know that. But I think I have to keep these guys all together. Okay, so you are there. Where's my other one of these? What's up there? What's in that? Let's find out together. This is what's in that. I know I had 2 of these bins. This was my Dream in Color that I had partially caked up with the Fun Minis for a sweater that never happened yet. I feel like at the end, it's even harder than the beginning. Partially Frog Projects. Oh my goodness. I believe this was the start of the Dotted Rays shawl by Stephen West. One of the many mystery knit-alongs he's put out that I just have not kept up with. But I really liked the I-cord in this fun color. Bunch of mohair in here. It's a decent amount. Can't remember if this is Spun Right Round or if this is Hedgehog. Super pretty. I busted it up into 2 balls because I held it double for a Miracle Pill cowl. Don't remember what I used this for. Believe this one is Hedgehog fibers. But there's a decent amount left. I had to have used it for something. What the heck did I use it for? This I know is the Golden Pearls. Again, label somewhere around here. Who the heck knows? I did not use this. I swatched this for several different patterns and I have not used any of this yet. So this is full. I have 3 big bins of cakes. Ugh. I need to organize myself here. Okay, I need dip, yarn, room. So that's a cake bin. This is another cake bin. Where am I going to put my dip yarn? Here I am taking up this whole shelf with cakes. Dilemma time. So, I have all my dip yarn here, which is my Designs in Progress yarn. I never did find those other single socks. Quite puzzling. No idea where the heck they are, but I do have the socks that I have to weave the ends in on, and then the toes that I have to finish, and then the 2 things that I'm gonna put away for keepsakes. And I think that's a wrap for this part of it anyway. I'll take you on a little tour. First, I'm going to show you, I had taken, this is video from a slight overview of each shelf before I did my first reorganization back in April. So I'm going to show that to you now. There is shelf 1 and shelf 2. Here is shelf 1 of Mustache. And here is shelf 2 of Mustache. Walking into this and looking at it, I'm really happy with it. So on the top, I have my remnant bins. This one is full skeins and partial skeins. That one is pure minis. Everything from 2.5 to 10 grams. Anything bigger is over there. But I have those. I eventually do want to find letters to spell out the word knit on one shelf and yarn on the other. We did finally find them at Michael's, all in stock, but I was really questioning that day. I'm like, ugh. I just kept telling John, I was like, oh my goodness, they're gonna be too big. And we got them home. He's like, we've never been able to find them all in stock, so you need to buy them. We were going back the next day to the same area, so I'm like, okay, if they don't work, I can return them. And they were too big. They were just behemoth. So we're gonna make the trek to Hobby Lobby next weekend, I think, or the weekend after. And I'm gonna look and see what they have. But I do definitely want to put knit-in yarn on top of those. I have my mannequin in the corner with my next shawl pattern to be released, which is Moss and Order. That'll be out the end of this month. So this makes me happy. This seriously makes me so happy. This bin is all yarn that John has gotten me on deployments or overseas. Over here is my entire Hue Loco collection. Then here, actually I'm going to do the tops and then I'll move you down. Over here is my Sunshine and a Hedgehog fiber spin. Then this is all Miss Babs Yummy 2-ply. Now I'm going to move you. Then here I have a rando shelf of things that I thought went together. A little bit of everything literally on here, from minis to mohair to everything. Then over here I have some books and my Nomadic Yarns Gobstopper balls. Then on, what did I just have? Okay, then on this side, on that same level, I have all of my sock sets. These are all self-striping down here, and then I have my sock sets up top. Then over here, I have behind my Target basket, I have my empty project bags, and then I have dip yarn, which are my designs in progress yarn, either collab scent yarn or just the next patterns that are going to be casted on. Then up here in my lovely Target basket, I have, yeah, a little more pleasing. I have all of my recent acquisitions that I've gotten in the mail since my last podcast. And then once these are talked about, then they actually have a home down there. So excited. I thought ahead. Go me. Preparing. So then I'm going to move you down here. So then down here I'm going to cake this up to display on a shelf. So I'm going to wind that one up. I want to find a better way to display my sock blockers with my socks on them. I may get some hooks to go on the sides of the shelf. I'm not sure yet, but those are just there right now. Of course, my little mascot, Fifi, traffic cone monkey. If you're a Golden Girls fan, you will understand. If not, shame on you. Just kidding. My little best Miss Babs mini swatches, more books, and then over here, I have a bin with advents and some micro minis in it. On this shelf, same level, I have my Palmer Company sock sets. I have so many, they get their own bin because, you know, I was addicted to them last year and I will forever be addicted to them. Then here's my shoved him a little bit. It's my Rando Miss Babs shelf. These are all different bases. Everything but Yummy 2-ply. And then my Making Tracks Light from Junction Fibers collection up there. Now, okay, so we're on our last level. And over here is my last Rando shelf on this unit. And as you can see, I left some room up here for my new acquisition yarn after I talk about it on my podcast next week. So that already has a home. Then these are mini bin, cakes, and then my Miss Babs Yummy 2-ply toes. So the cakes are here. However, I do not have to look at them, which makes me happy because it annoys me. So over here, I have all of my sweater quantities, which makes me happy. Then I have some pretty cakes, ones I don't mind looking at exactly. More cakes and bins. Katie doesn't have to look at them, but they're there and they're accessible. Rando shelf with a little bit of room up top. So I'm good. everything in here. Just a little bit of legit everything from bulky to lace, just everything in there. So I have my sock blankie in its own bag back here, and then on the other side are my whips. Now I'm going to take you and show you what I plan on destashing. Full disclosure, I do plan on reevaluating everything before it goes up. It's probably going to take me an entire day to list all this. It's a lot. I'm not sad that I'm getting rid of this quantity. I find it freeing, and I am going to go through everything again, double check it, make sure I don't want to keep it because it is in my house. I do not need to destash for monetary reasons. So this is strictly a space issue and a fallen out of love issue. So I am going to go through it again. So there is a chance that I keep some of it, but probably not. So you want to see it? It's a lot. Back when I destashed in April, I had maybe like 10 or 15 skeins on top of this bin to destash, which I never did. You can see it's grown. Then I have this entire bin. This entire bin of samples for a massive sample sale that I'll be doing for the holiday season again this year. Sitting here looking at my stash over there makes me very happy. I have room. I have room for things. I know where everything is. I know what I have. It really seriously makes me want to cast on like 10 projects. But I won't. And I refrained from buying yarn this morning. So yeah, because I do have yarn coming in the mail. I still do have yarn coming in the mail. I don't even remember what I all have coming. Of course, advents. I can't really count the advents because they're not here yet, and they won't be here until like the middle of November. I know I bought a sock set advent. I bought 2 matching advents with a bunch of extra full skeins because I'm designing an advent blanket. That is its own entity and it's going to be its own purpose. The sock set advent I thought was just really cool. So I did that. I know I have some playful day coming because I'm making striped cardigans out of it. That's a whole design idea. I have some green ladder day coming for a sweater. I bought in the middle of the night. I was buying yarn for a little while, and that was really not a good thing. But I had bought a sweater quantity of 3 different colors, and my idea was color work. That's going to be fun. Like, I don't even remember what colors I bought. So, I guess we'll see when they show up in the mail. But that's another sweater quantity, and I do have room on my sweater quantity shelf for it. I am going to Rhinebeck soon, in like 2 months. So hopefully I can make just a tiny bit of room before then, because the last thing I want to do is come home with 50 skeins of yarn and know where to put it. So before Rhinebeck, I'm going to make sure I have room. So yeah, I did a major downsize, and I am so much happier for it. I'm just very happy. I'm happy the way it looks. I'm happy the way it makes me feel. You should never feel strangled, or you should never feel suffocated by your stash. This is something that should make you feel happy and should bring you joy. And it did bring me joy when I needed it to. And now I need some of it to go away. This is all going. I'm not going to touch it anymore. This is all going away. Some of it I think I would eventually use, but it's great stuff. So why shouldn't it go somewhere else where it could make somebody else happy now instead of in 5 years when I have the time to use it? Be on the lookout for a gigantic sample sale and destash coming soon. Yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming. Until then, so if you need me, I will be sitting here. And we are looking for a stool. John wants me to get a little stool, a little chair. So I'm going to put it over on the side there when I'm not using it. And then when I film, I can put it here. But in the meantime, I will be here enjoying what I have and being really proud of myself and happy for what I did, because I think it looks pretty good. I don't know about you guys, but I think it looks pretty good. And my mind is cleared, except for the fact of the daunting task it's going to be to post all of the samples and yarn up for destash. But that'll be another day. And till then,